Fire away. So going into year 2, run game, you're looking to improve that, the whole team is. How have you felt with your development and the whole offensive line's development there?
I feel like it's been good. We all been getting better at it. Just starting off with the little things like coming out of three-point stance and everything. We try to find everything to help us improve. So we've been taking it day by day. I feel like we've grown a lot from last year.
Where did food take time come from? Is that just random thoughts that you have, or?
Yeah. Well, I cook a lot. I like to cook. So it's just like me and the guys, we be on the game or something. I'd be telling them. Everybody say I'm crazy. So it was just one day I said it on Twitter and I just kept going.
How much planning do you put into the takes? I know the burger one.
Some days I wake up, make some up. Some days I plan them before, put them in the drafts and save them for the next day. It just depends.
What's your worst one?
I don't got no bad ones. I don't got no bad takes.
Spiciest take?
A lot of people got mad at me about the watermelon one. I don't eat biscuits or cornbread. Probably into sugar and spaghetti.
Yeah, that. Is that even a thing?
Yes, you gotta try it.
The other night in the game, you had that play where you basically ran through 2 people. Just making plays like that going into your second year, just how does that feel?
I feel good. Me knowing the type of player I am, knowing that I could do that every week, it's really just me coming out and doing it, knowing what type of player I am and just doing it, being the best player I could be.
Coaches love second-year jump. Can you see why that's possible this year, just based on what you know, how much more comfortable you feel?
Definitely. I say for me the biggest thing is really just that confidence. Coming in rookie year to second year, just knowing what I'm coming into. Really had a real offseason to prepare. Don't have to worry about the draft, combine, and all that. So having a real offseason definitely helped me a lot too.
Is there another level of comfort as well, playing next to Brandon Sheriff for the second straight year? A full offseason?
Definitely. Brandon, he's one of them vets I grew up watching. So being able to play against him my rookie season was a blessing. Being able to learn from him and now keep playing with him. We grown together rookie year, bad to good. So we feel real good playing next to each other.
Is it good to also not have to, the shoulder's all good and everything like that, a full healthy offseason?
I feel great. Don't got to worry about anything, 100%, ready to go.
How much does that take off your mind, too, when you're not having to worry? Because I think you got banged up early in camp last year.
A lot. I can throw my arms fully, punch fully, don't got to hesitate, not second-guessing, just going out and play ball.
You missed some time in camp, but when you're off on the sideline and able to see it, does that help at all?
Definitely. Obviously, I'm getting my work on the side with the strength coaches and things like that, but I'm also taking the mental notes, knowing I'm going to be back out there soon. So taking the mental notes, trying to get better, perfect my craft.
This will be the first time I think all 5 of you guys will play at the same time. Is that enough time to get that chemistry together that they always talk about?
Yeah, I say it's good to be out there in the game against another team with all 5 of us. I feel like we got a lot of work in camp. We was good. We had some guys like me who was down and up, but it's going to feel good, all 5 of us going out there and playing together.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, what you guys got for me?
I wanted to ask about Evan. He's normally the first one on the field. Press said he's the last one off the field, and just I think he called him the ultimate professional.
He's still out there.
Just being that dedicated to the work that's not guided. How much of a player is, or I'm losing it, but
no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's I think it rubs off on your teammates, and when they see that, just over time, and everyone has their own process and does things completely different. Like I don't do things the same way Evan does, but everyone has what they feel is best to get them ready for whether it's practice, a game, anything during the week to get themselves ready for the game. And Evan is just very committed to his process and what he does. And I think when people see that, especially young players, they see a guy who is Evan, who's on 8. I don't know, I think it's 8. he's on year 8 and he's still, has that drive and that hunger to be the best player he can be. He's out there, the first one out there warming up. Like I said, he's staying late, all those things. He's doing all the extra things. And I think that just is a good example for the younger guys and also just for our team. Talking about being a leader on the team, a guy that comes to work every day with that mindset. He doesn't change either. It's not like, I don't feel like doing it today, so I'm not going to, I've done it every other day, but today I'm just going to not go out there. He's very consistent, does the same thing every day. And it shows in the way he plays too, and he practices very hard. And during the season, he sits in there with the quarterbacks after practice when we watch tape. I mean, I've mentioned that in the past, but he sits in there once, sometimes twice a week, and we're in there late on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and he hangs out. And there's some weeks where, we'll throw a couple things back and forth and talk about some stuff, and there's some weeks where he just watches it with us and sits there, then, he rolls at the end. But either way, it's that constant communication. I think that's helped our relationship and our communication and being on the same page, our chemistry on the field, just because we're always talking. He's sitting in there seeing the looks with us, whether it's third down, red zone. So I mean, that's been something too that just goes to your point of seeing the stuff he does here, but he also does that when there's not people watching on the field. He does it in meetings and after practice and after all that stuff when no one's here. So
you talked a lot about at the beginning of camp about being more comfortable, experience, cohesion, all that. Have you felt that during camp?
Definitely. I think every day we've built that chemistry more and more as an offense, and I think most of the time you think of skill players, the quarterback, skill players, running back, all that, that dynamic, just because in the passing game it's so important, just the timing and route technique and the way I'm going to throw it and what I expect different looks to look like. So I think that's where you see most of it, but also up front, I think the guys up front are gelling great. They're playing really well together, communicating. Me and Mitch, obviously, it's a new center that I'm playing with this year. So that communication has been awesome, just to talk about different protections, and whether it's protections or run game or cadence, all those things, you learn something new every day, and you kind of just add it to, or whatever, throw it in the memory bank just for moving forward. So I think you can't get enough of those looks, and that's why camp is great, because you get to iron out a lot of stuff that otherwise you wouldn't get to see. So it's been a really good camp.
Other than learning the offense, being more comfortable in the offense, how has what you want to get out of preseason games sort of changed and evolved over the years?
I mean, I think I don't think it's changed too much. I mean, honestly, I think the biggest thing is just you want to play clean, and obviously it's never going to be perfect. It's football. There's going to be some mistakes and things are going to happen, but that always feels good, when you come out of a preseason game and you felt like, whether it's one series or it's 4 or 5 series, you just felt like you were sharp, on the same page, communicated. The ball went where it was supposed to go. You're on time. I feel like I'm seeing the field well. It's probably different for everybody and based on their position of kind of what they want to accomplish, but treat it like a real game. I think that's one of the bigger things, is especially this week where I'm going to be playing more. Treat it like a regular season game, where just your prep throughout the week, because it is a different process compared to camp of, it's a weird week. So if the game was on Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's first, second down, third down, red zone, and then you go in and you finish your prep after that. So you're trying to treat it that way, because camp isn't that way really. It's just good on good. You're practicing against your defense, seeing a lot of different things. So it is good to kind of get back in the mindset of, all right, that we're prepping for another team, and I like to use it more mentally, I think, than anything. Obviously, physically on the field, you want to play well, but that has always been good for me, just to feel that game week routine and leading up to the game and going out there, and when you're playing a half or whatever it's going to end up being, you kind of get a groove and get to settle in the game. Against Kansas City, you just kind of get a little taste. You don't really get to settle in and feel out the game. So now we'll get to do that. So I think it's really valuable.
When you look at the totality of your surrounding cast, your offensive line and all your skilled players, how much better do you feel about this surrounding cast from a depth standpoint and just from a pure talent/development standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I think the key is, the last few years we've had good teams, and last year injuries unfortunately kind of hurt us in some different positions, and so that's always going to be important to stay healthy, because you need your guys out there, and that's not always something you control. But as far as depth, I feel great. As far as talent, I mean, I think this is the most talented team for sure since I've been here that we've had, and I think you guys that watch it every day could probably say that as well. So I feel really good. Obviously, That doesn't win you the games, though. You got to go out and play well and execute and put your best foot forward every Sunday and stay focused on the main goal is to go out there every series, every play, and go earn it. But as far as a talent depth standpoint, I think this is the best team we've had, definitely since I've been here.
It looks like the connection with Brian Thomas Jr. has grown throughout practice, throughout training camp.
Yeah.
Are you looking to continue that into a preseason game here this Friday for the first time?
For sure. I think as many live reps with him too as I can get, just that's valuable. Things move a little faster in the game, and he's done a great job the last 2 weeks playing well and creating separation and being open. He's done a great job, but I think those reps are really important for us just to continue to build that chemistry, to get his timing, because like I said, everything does speed up, especially for those guys once the game hits. So as many reps as we can get together is going to pay off for us and for his development moving forward. I mean, he's a guy that when he sees something, he learns from it and really remembers things moving forward and how he plays, and you can tell he takes in a lot of information and does well with that. So I think the more experience he gets, he's just going to get better and better.
What do you like about Gabe Davis?
Just a personality standpoint, I mean, the guy's nuts. He's I don't know if y'all spent much time around him, but he's a funny guy. And the guy is just, it's funny how everybody responds to him. Everybody just opens up a little bit. He brings a lot of energy. So that, from a personality standpoint, that's awesome. As a player, I think just he's really smart, understands space. He's really good in zone. He's really good at going and getting the ball, whether it's high pointing it or being physical. Really physical receiver, great hands, tough, good in the run game. He can really do it all. And I think that in Buffalo, obviously, they had a really good receiving core, and they had Stephon Diggs. And there's only one football. So I think it's helped him because his game he can do everything because he's had to do everything. And wherever he can fit in there, he did it and was successful. And then now I think having a little bit more of a primary role here, it's going to be great for him, and he's ready for it, and he can make all the plays, run every route, and he's awesome.
Word out of Atlanta is that their starters aren't going to go. Can you still get the same thing out of this if you're taking on a team that isn't playing their starters?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's every team's own decision decided they're going to play. For us, it doesn't change anything. You still got the same job to do. It doesn't matter who's out there. There's a bunch of good players, whether they're starters or not, and we gotta bring our best game on Friday. So we're preparing the same way, and we're going to be ready to go regardless who's on the field. It doesn't really change our plan any.
Chad said before camp started that Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas Jr. were the smartest rookies he had ever coached. How quickly did you sort of pick up on the fact that, hey, these guys, they get it, they process information really well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Gabe, I didn't see him when he was a rookie, but seeing how he plays ball, I mean, obviously there's going to be a learning curve with a new system. He's probably ran all these plays in his career, or very similar ones, but you got to get used to what we call them and what our signals are and what our calls and checks are. That's what's different. He knows all the stuff, though, because he's done them all. But as far as just when the play's going and the decisions he makes on different routes, whether it's a zone look or finding a void, he's just very aware, very just savvy, knows football, knows space, quarterback friendly, all those things. And then Brian, I've been blown away just by how smart he is and how quick he's picked up the offense as a rookie. Because I know I've said it before, when I was a rookie coming in, it was hard. Especially he was very sharp in the spring, just getting here too, and that's hard to do. I know when I got here, I was swimming a little bit, just trying to get the play call out. So I've been impressed with him, and he just continues to get better. Especially now we've gone through our system 3-4 times. He's getting better and better, and not even thinking anymore. He's starting to be able to play and just go out there and react instead of thinking about what he's got to do. He can just go play free.
What is Anton's worst food take?
I haven't seen all of them. What is I know, he was talking about something in the locker room. He was talking about Firehouse and Pub Subs. I don't know if he said that to you guys. I said something about I haven't seen. He doesn't like biscuits or cornbread. That's a pretty bad take. I like biscuits. I like this sugar on. Oh no, was that his? He likes sugar on spaghetti. I like biscuits a lot. Cornbread. It has to be like the sweet cornbread. Sugar on spaghetti. I've never done that. Do you guys drink milk with spaghetti? No, some people do that.
No.
Yeah. I don't do that. No, I don't do that. No, that's disgusting.
All right,
Anything else?
Do you think it's important to get live reps behind your starting 5 offensive line before the regular season comes around?
Definitely. Just everybody. I mean, especially the guys up front and feeling the pocket and get that's because I don't get hit out here, and it's in the game. It's a different sense of urgency as far as my time clock, getting the ball out, and also just seeing different pressures and stuff. Because there's sometimes in practice you'll get beat on a pressure like I don't see it, and they make us hot, and in practice it's like I'm hot. In the game it's like I gotta get out. I'm gonna get smoked if I don't get out of here. So all those different things, it just feels different. So I think it's good to have your starting line and to feel the pocket and to move around and kind of test some of your protections as well. Like you do some new stuff and you want to see how it holds up against a live look. So awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.